why I like OnlyFans and not Instagram, because after a lose, for example, I receive 200 people who bet on my match and who say, Alex, I want you to die. Hope you have
What?
a... I think in tennis, top 150, top 200, we need to do it every day. Like every day, you need to
Crazy.
choose 1 hour and one address. I'm not doing it. My mom does it for me. It's way easier. Ah!
Alex Müller is a French professional tennis player. Together with Nick Kyrgios, Alex raised some eyebrows by his recent partnership with OnlyFans.
The 28-year-old is currently based in Dubai and ranked 41st in the world. The humble Frenchman is slowly climbing the ladder and has his sights set on the top.
What does it feel like to be one of only 2 athletes in tennis that are sponsored by OnlyFans?
It's crazy. For example, this week in Miami, if I break my racket, I got, I don't know, 10,000. So every players are like robots, not doing anything, because who wants to pay 10,000 fine to break a racket? Serena Williams is selling more tickets than myself. She needs to earn more money than me, because it's working like this. And I think if you organize a tournament only with ladies and only with men, people are gonna buy tickets to come see the men's and not the ladies. I thought
Nice.
I'm gonna be 40 after the semis I met last week in Punta Cana, but I'm 41. So when I woke up this morning, I was pretty sad.
What do you think it's going to take for you to win Grand Slam?
I think to win a slam, man, you need to be a legend.
Who, in your opinion, is the GOAT?
For me, is...
But first, guys, I need to ask you a huge favor to please like and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, drop a comment. This makes such a huge difference to the YouTube algorithm. And at this stage, we need all the help we can get, because the bigger the podcast gets, the bigger the guests. Back to this episode. So, Alex, what does it feel like to be one of only 2 athletes in tennis that are sponsored by OnlyFans?
So yes, I signed last year. I was the first one with Nick Kyrgios. So for sure, my friend told me, "Hey, what are you doing on OnlyFans?" Stuff like this. But no, it was very funny, and I mean, I love it. I just signed my new contract for this year, 2025. So I'm very exciting, trying to make some new stuff, funny stuff on my account. Trying to show to everybody how is tennis life, some behind the scene during the tournament and stuff like this. So I'm really enjoying the journey on OnlyFans. And yeah, it's nice to talk with you, with some athletes on who is sponsored by OnlyFans too. So yeah, it's very nice.
And what's the response been like in tennis? Like how have people reacted to to the sponsorship? I mean, I guess Nick had the same, but yeah, I'd be interested to get your take.
It was only some jokes by my friend at the beginning, but now everybody wants to sign with OnlyFans. They say, "Hey Alex, do you have the contact? I want to speak with OnlyFans." So it's always the same when you take some risk at the
Yeah.
beginning. People are talking, and after they see that it's everything is normal on OnlyFans, because they were talking for sure about the erotic things, but they are trying to change it, and that's why we are on OnlyFans right now. So no, everything is cool. I'm talking with only very cool guy on OnlyFans. Everybody is very kind with me, so everything is perfect. I don't know what about you. If you have some, if you can tell me how it's working, if you're talking with people.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been very much the same. I think in the beginning, like everyone was like, "Ooh, like what's going on? You know, what are you doing on OnlyFans?" Even my wife or girlfriend at the time, when I told her, she was like, "Okay," but yeah, as soon as like as soon as people really find out, that we're posting, sport content and behind the scenes and really focusing on that, then I think people understand. And I think people judge too quickly because they kind of think about the adult content and they're like, "Oh, okay, what's happening?" But I think it's cool, and I think it's a good opportunity also for athletes to to earn some extra income, because especially in smaller sports that, I mean, tennis has good prize money and golf and things, but something like mountain biking and stuff, the prize money is not so good. So I think it's a cool opportunity for people to really connect with the people that actually want to see their content and are willing to pay something for it, because I think it's a lot of work for people to create the stuff, and on other platforms it's only free. And especially in some smaller sports, I think it can be very useful. I mean, I don't know how it's
good
been.
opportunity.
Were you surprised with how, I don't know, I mean, I'm assuming, are you monetizing some of your content on OnlyFans as well?
Yes, sometimes yes.
Were you
Not
surprised
everything.
at the response, or like how excited or keen
Yes,
people were?
yes, because at the beginning I didn't know about OnlyFans, how it was working and everything. And I said, okay, I'm gonna post something, I don't know, at the gym. I'm gonna put $3-5 at the beginning just to see how it works. And I see people buying my videos, so I was quite surprised. But I mean, I'm not posting it on Instagram or Facebook, just on OnlyFans. So it's a little bit like private stuff for only my followers. So I think it's good for them. And when I'm asking to the people, do you like my content on OnlyFans? Everybody say yes. So I mean, everything is great. Because since how long are you with OnlyFans? Few years?
Since 2023, yeah. So this is my third year with them. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you're not new. You're a old athlete on OnlyFans.
I think it's pretty cool as well, like to be almost like a pioneer, like doing something different, and grab some attention for sure from the media, which I think is always a good thing for an athlete.
Yeah.
So
when I beat Rublev, he was number 6 in the world last year during the ATP 1000 in Roma, and I put the cap after the match OnlyFans during the interview, and it was like crazy. Every media took a photo. Oh, Müller is with OnlyFans, what the fuck, and all the stuff. But I mean, I liked it.
That's cool. You obviously, Nick Kyrgios is also with them. Do you know him, and was that what inspired you to reach out, or
First, when I signed, I didn't know Nick was with OnlyFans, and he is, I think, 29 or 30 now. I'm 28, so we are not exactly the same age. So I don't know him very well. Of course, I see him during tournaments, but I mean, we don't speak the same language. Even my English is not the best. So when I see him, of course, we say hello. But no, I don't know him very well.
What are you? I mean, obviously, he's a bit of a. I don't know what they call him, the bad boy of tennis, but like a McEnroe kind of modern day.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that, and like because from my side, like, you know, people have these different opinions on like when people lose their temper and break rackets and stuff. And on the one side, obviously, it maybe doesn't look that good, but at the same time, it also grabs attention, and people like to be entertained. So I'm always interested to hear, your thoughts on something like that.
I think we need it because now in tennis, for example, I don't know, you go to Wimbledon, you break a racket on the grass, you have 20,000 fine. So it's crazy. I don't know. But for example, this week in Miami, if I break my racket, I got, I don't know, 10,000. So every players are like robots, not doing anything because I mean, who wants to pay 10,000 fine to break a racket? So I think we need to change it because the crowd wants to see people going crazy, wants to see players. No, it's true. When the player is breaking a racket, everybody likes it. I mean, even for the media, for everything. So I think it's not good. Nick is not a good example because I mean, I'm maybe the opposite. I'm a very calm person, for example. I never broke a racket. But I never broke a racket. Maybe because before doing it, I'm thinking about the 10,000 fine, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I resist. I know how to control myself, but no, I think now it's a little bit too much. We have to let the players going crazy sometimes. We are not robots. It's sports. It's a crazy sport. So I think McEnroe, before Nick Kyrgios right now, is good for tennis. I mean, I don't know what's your opinion about it, but for me, I think when you watch some tennis match, you like to watch Kyrgios for sure.
For sure. I think, yeah, it's always a difficult question, but I for sure think it's a good thing. I mean, I understand that, you know, you don't want to set a bad example or whatever for kids and stuff, but at the same time, it's entertaining and you remember it. I mean, like McEnroe, for example. I mean, of course, he was a fantastic player, but I think he's probably most remembered for all the things that happened, you know, and maybe similar with Nick, I don't know, but I think you definitely remember that. And there are many good players that have come and gone, and they aren't talked about necessarily as much as McEnroe would be, for example. So I think it's a good thing for the sport. And I mean, yeah, people, unfortunately,
for sure,
humans.
we have to put some limits.
Yeah.
But for example, 20,000 fine to break a racket. I mean,
Yeah, that's
even
insane.
in a real life, if you rob I don't know, a bank, you will have 10,000 fine. So I don't know. There is a big difference to make.
Talking about I mean, you mentioned the fines. I mean, obviously there's good prize money in tennis. I think it's always hard from the outside because like from a sport like mountain biking, the prize money sucks. Like the riders rely on sponsorships, and the prize money is terrible. But I think from the outside of tennis, you look and, you know, someone who's winning Wimbledon and they're winning millions, you know, it's like, wow, crazy, all these guys are rich. But like, from your perspective, what's the reality of, you know, really being a tennis player? Because I mean, not everyone is winning a Grand Slam, you know.
The reality is that now the prize money is growing up every year, so it's fine for us. But in tennis, we are still earning like only 17% of the income of the ATP. So it's during of the most famous sports. For example, NBA, it's 50%. Golf is around, I don't know, 30 or 40%. So we are quite less compared to other sports. I don't want to talk about your sport because for sure it's completely unfair. But we have a lot of expenses. Like, for example, I'm coming with my coach. So I need to pay my coach. I need to pay the flight for my coach. I need to pay his hotel, the food, I mean, everything. So I have a lot of expenses. When you see the prize money on internet or the prize money on the fact sheet of the tournament, you need to take off the taxes, of course. So, for example, this week, Miami, it's maybe 30%. So we have a lot of expenses. Of course, it's a good sport because the prize money is growing up, and if you play good, there is a very good prize money. But there is lot of players. Everybody are playing very well now, practicing very hard. So it's very difficult to be on the top 100. And yes, people talk about top 100 because when you are top 100, you're going into the main draw of the Grand Slam. And that's the tournaments, the 4 tournaments, so Roland Garros, Australian Open, Wimbledon, and US Open, where there is big money. Like, you lose first round, you're gonna get, I don't know, 70,000, something like this. So it's quite nice. But yeah, people see only prize money, but they forget sometimes all the expenses, taxes, and stuff like this.
And where would you need to be? Like, what ranking? You number 44 right now, I think.
What? 41. We are Monday.
Okay,
41 this week.
Sick. And that's your highest, right?
Yes, I thought
Nice.
I'm gonna be 40 after the semis I met last week in Punta Cana, but I'm 41. So when I woke up this morning, I was pretty sad.
Shit. what do you think, like, realistically, like, how deep does it go for people to be making like a decent living from tennis? Like, how far back would you say?
I think few years ago it was top 100, but now if you play the qualies of the slam, you need to be top 210, something like this. Just to be in the qualies like this, you can at least finish the year earning a little bit of money. But if you want to be a tennis player and have a good life and earn some money, you need to be top 100.
Okay.
So difficult because I don't know how many people in the world are playing tennis, but a lot. So it's not that easy.
And what's your opinion on the prize money split between men and women, like in the whole, because obviously there's been a huge change in the last years, having equal prize money for men and women. What's your thoughts on that?
There is so many different opinions about this case. Me, I'm thinking just about who sell the tickets. I saw something. I saw Nadal talking about it a few weeks ago. He said, if, for example, Serena Williams is selling more tickets than myself, of course, she needs to earn more money than me because it's working like this. And I think if you organize a tournament only with ladies and only with men, people are gonna buy tickets to come see the men's and not the ladies. So for me, it's only working like this. If you sell tickets, you deserve the money. If you sell nothing and nobody wants to see you, it's a little bit less. But in tennis, in the slam now, it's equal. It's 50-50. I mean, the same for men and ladies. So I mean, I'm trying to be just focused on myself, and and we see everybody earn what they deserve, and that's it.
Yeah, it's because I mean we've had similar discussions in our sport or all sports around the world, and it's always hard because of course you want equality for sure, but there's always these different arguments from both sides, and it's difficult to know who is right. Yeah, I think that's going to be an ongoing thing for for many years.
Yeah. Me, if girls are earning more than me, it's okay. I mean, I don't care. I just want myself in a good position.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe like we can take it back a little bit and switch gears a bit and to you starting your career and to your childhood and stuff. And where did tennis fit in? Like, why did you end up taking this path down to be a professional tennis player?
So I'm born in north of France, in Poissy. It's a city near Paris. And at 6 years old, we went in the south of France with my family, and we had the tennis court in the garden of our house. So I started to play tennis at the age of 7, 8 with my dad on the family court. And just starting like this, 1 year with my dad in the garden after going to a small club of my village during 1 or 2 years. And after, I'm winning against everybody in this club, so I need to change. And so I changed, and after, at the age of 12, I went with the federation. I think maybe it's the same with you. There is I don't know how to say in English. You sleep there, you're doing the school there. So it's like a sport center. I don't know how to call it in English. From 12 to 15. And then at 15 years old, I went to Paris. The name is l'INSEP. Is a big center with a lot of sports like basketball, tennis, judo. I mean, lot of sports from 15 to 18. And then I was not playing that well. Got some injury. So the federation decided to stop with me. So I went back home during 1 year. And at this time, I made a good year. I was 800 ATP. I finished the year 300. So it was a good year. But it was a little bit difficult. I was alone, traveling alone every week. I had no money to pay the coach to come with me because it's really expensive. So it was a tough year, difficult moment, but I mean, after this year, I finished 300, and I say, okay, now my real career is starting, and it was a good point. So, and after this moment, I was playing every year, training with coach most of the time, and now I'm here, 41, and really happy about my career for the moment, and trying to improve myself every day.
That's awesome, man. What I mean, you said it was tough, obviously being on your own, and I know how it is, obviously trying to make it as an athlete. I mean, it's everyone sees athletes when they, when they're winning and everything is going well, and they're like, oh, that's the dream. But most people don't see all the tough times leading up to that point. What was your main, I guess, motivation to keep pushing, to try to make it as a pro?
I think at the beginning I was not thinking too much about everything. I was quite young, 17, 18, so I liked to play tennis, so I was playing tennis, not thinking too much. I was still at school. I think at one moment I wanted to prove to people who didn't trust in myself that I can be a good tennis player. But that was just at the beginning, and after, tennis became like my job. It was not only playing tennis, that's now my job. So of course, money came on my mind, and now I'm playing. And now I'm playing because I like tennis, of course, but because also it's my job and I need to earn money to live. So I think I'm playing a good sport. If I can continue like this during few years, and after, okay, I stop tennis and now I stay with my wife, my children, my dog, and I just chill. I mean, that's the plan.
It sounds like a pretty good plan.
Yeah. No, for sure, when I'm gonna stop tennis, I'm gonna do something in my life. But if I have the chance to not think about the money, okay, I need to work hard because I need to pay the bill and everything, it's a good point. So that's why I'm working hard. A tennis career is not very long. I mean, I'm 28. If I stop at 35, it's good. So only 7 years left. So I need to enjoy the career and enjoy the moment.
And well, on that, I mean, you've obviously made some big strides in the last year. Talk to me about the Hong Kong Open and getting that win.
Yeah, it was after a good preseason in Dubai. I practiced with a lot of very good players. Sinner, for sure, you know him. So it was a good preseason during all December. And Hong Kong was the first tournament of the year. I won it, get my first ATP title. Couldn't start the year with I mean, the best moment of my career. Just won my first tournament, so it was very nice. I got some injury during this tournament. When I won my second round, it was 3 hours and a half match, so I think my body was not ready. Only the second match of the year, and already made a match that long, and my body was not ready, so I got like a big tear. It was a grade 3, 4 centimeters and a half. So it was
Crazy.
a little bit difficult after, but I was really happy to get my first title, and couldn't wish for a best start of the season.
That's awesome, man. What do you think it's going to take for you to win something like a Grand Slam? Because obviously that's fantastic, but there's obviously a slight difference with a Grand Slam, and not, there's a selected group of people that win them. But what do you think it takes for people to actually get that done?
I think to win a slam, man, you need to be a legend. no joke. I think since 10 years there is maybe 3 or 4 players who won slam. If you take off Roger, Rafa, and Novak. So since 10 years there is only 3 or 4 players, and now, so Rafa and Roger stopped. Novak, I think maybe gonna stop soon. But there is already Sinner, Alcaraz, and player like this. So, what do you want me to do? I'm just trying to practice very hard, trust in myself, because I think at the beginning is the most important point. When you see legend like this, you dream about it, but you don't think you can do it. That's important. And no, I'm just trying to practice very hard. It's difficult. Tennis is to win a slam. It's 6 matches, best of 3 sets. So sometimes you play matches during 4-5 hours. For myself to recover after this kind of match is very difficult. I don't know if you know it, but I have Crohn's diseases.
Oh wow, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, people are talking a lot about it, because it's not easy. I got some problem to stay hydrated during the match and stuff like this, so it's not easy. But yeah, to win a slam, you just need to be a legend. So I mean, I don't know if I am. I wish, but I think it's gonna be difficult.
Well, I mean, you got to start somewhere. Like, I mean, you got to win now, so now you just need to step it up.
Few years ago, if you told me you're gonna be 41 in the world, maybe I will not trust you. I mean,
yeah,
because for me at the beginning was, whoa, if I am top 100, it's amazing. And after few months after, I'm top 50. So I say, okay, top 50. What now? I mean, you always want more. So this week I'm 41, and I'm looking forward to try to reach, I don't know, top 40, top 30, top 20. We will see.
That's cool, man. You talked a lot there about obviously the big three, Novak, Rafa, and Federer. Who, in your opinion, is the GOAT?
For me, is Roger.
Okay, interesting. And why do you feel that way?
Because there is the results. Of course, if you're only talking about the results, Novak is the GOAT, because he has more slam and all stuff like this, more title, more everything. I mean, like everybody say, he finished the game, he won everything, so he can change sports. But Roger, I mean, everybody know Roger Federer. Like everybody try to play like Roger, everybody like Roger. So he gave something to tennis. I think nobody gave something like this in sports. So for me, Roger is the GOAT. I mean, for me, you're gonna ask someone else. You're gonna say, for me, it's Nadal. But
yeah,
every opinion are different.
And I mean, what do you think the secret or the key is? Like, why did those three? Why were they like so much better than everyone else? Were able to win so much over the last 15 years or more?
I think they had the chance to play at the same times, like three legends at the same times. So they needed to practice so hard to be better than. So Rafa needed to practice very hard to be better than Roger. Roger to be better than Nadal, and so this made them like impossible to beat. Like for example, now in tennis, like Alcaraz, he lost in semis at Indian Wells. So the level is very, very like the same. Like a guy top 20, top 30 can beat Alcaraz, but before, if you see the results in final, it was always the same. Like Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. Federer, Nadal, Djokovic every week. So now there is maybe a small door open for us to win a big title, but it's gonna be difficult. But I think that's the main reason why they were so good. It's because they were playing at the same times and like practicing so hard to be better each other.
Do you think? I mean, obviously, besides yourself, do you think there's anyone that you've seen coming up that in this crop of players that you feel could be like the next big, really big, player that's winning everything? Or do you think there's not someone like that at the moment?
there is of course Alcaraz and Sinner who gonna win a lot of slams. 2 weeks ago, I made a good choice. I said to my team and some friends, Draper, it's playing very well. Watch out, he's gonna play a very good Indian Wells. He won the tournament, so I was not bad. But no, there is a lot of good players, but I think Sinner and Alcaraz gonna win most of the slams in the next few years.
Interesting. My German family, in-laws, they for some reason they think that Sinner is we look somehow alike. I disagree,
Okay.
but they keep telling me that I look like Sinner in a certain way. I don't know. And you've played Djokovic. How did it feel, to go up against someone like him? How were your nerves and stuff going into that match?
Yeah. It was first round US Open 2 years ago. Biggest court of the world, in front of like superstar like Barack Obama. This night was here. So I was very, very nervous. I won my first game at 6-0, 2-0. So that showed that I was very nervous. But yeah, it was a good experience. It was night session against Djokovic. I mean, when I was trying to win my first game, the time was very long. 6-0, 2-0 against a lot of people, it's long. But I was trying to enjoy the moment. This day, the guy was just playing amazing, so I couldn't do anything. Just trying to fight and win some games. But it was a nice experience. I wish one day I can win some matches on big stage like this.
And like when you were playing him, was there anything that you were that you noticed that was obvious, where you thought wow, this is what he's doing so much better? Or did you notice anything like that, or was it just he was a little bit better everywhere?
This day was like a machine, like not missing at all. Because I played against Alcaraz in Wimbledon second round this year, and Alcaraz is more like fire. Like he can make winners, amazing winners, but sometimes he do some mistakes, and so it's like 6-4, 2-2 because he's doing mistakes, and for you it's good. It's good because you're winning some games, and it's easier to play against him. Against Novak, it was like a machine, no mistakes. So it was really difficult. Physically, it's tough because every point you need to play. So yeah, I said okay. On the court, I was like, okay, I understood now why is the best player of all time.
Crazy, yeah. I don't know
I
if
don't know
I'd
if
have
it's the same in your sports. Like if you made some race against legend, if you can see in your sports why the guy is better than you. I don't know how it's working.
I think it's it's hard. If you see the people separately, like if I saw a rider, if someone watches me on the track in a section and someone watches like Bruni on the track, who's probably the best rider in the world at the moment, and he's French. If you watch us through one section, there won't be like a massive difference in that one short section, but he does like everything a little bit better. So from the top to the bottom, and then when you add up like 0.2 of a second, half a second, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, you add this all up, and at the end of the run, it's like 10 or 15 seconds, and it seems like a lot, but it's just like a tiny bit, but everywhere. Everything is just more efficient. Maybe breaks slightly later, just gets everything a bit smoother. His bike probably working better. All these things, and yeah, sometimes it's hard. It's not sometimes something obvious. It's just the little things, the details.
It's like tennis because Roger said that in his career he won. I think he said 54% of his points during his career. So that means he lost 46%. So it's nothing. But the guys was Federer. So
crazy, yeah.
It's a little bit the same.
And you mentioned obviously that you're training really hard to actually, get to the point where you can maybe win a slam. What is the reality of what does that look like? How much time are you spending training? How much time are you spending on court? Do you do other stuff like gym stuff or anything like that? How does your training look?
Typical day, it's around 2 or 3 hours tennis and 2 hours gym. And after there is the stretch. I like to stretch. I think it's important. With my age now, 28, I'm not that young. So yes, I would say 2-3 hours tennis, 2 hours gym, and 1 hour stretch. That's a typical day. After, for sure, sometimes you cancel the gym and you play 4 hours tennis. Sometimes you change, but if I have to say, it's 2-3 hours, 2 hours, and 1 hour.
And is that the same like if you if you're away kind of between games, between tournaments or stuff, or is that different when you're at home?
That's between tournaments, and if I have a match, so it's only warm up for 45 minutes, and after the match, no gym. And I'm talking just between the tournaments.
Okay. I mean, I'm guessing that there'll be some people watching this that are wanting to get to where you are. What are some advice and some tips that you could maybe give them on a training or mindset or anything like that for them to, get to where you are maybe a little bit easier than it was, for you?
I will not say the stupid thing like you have to practice a lot, very hard. No, I think what is very difficult is to enjoy to be on the court every day. Even for me, sometimes for sure it's difficult. But when I'm good on the court, it's when I'm happy to be there, enjoying to practice, enjoying to be working hard with my team. I think if I have to say something to young players, it's just to try to enjoy every day, like to go on the court to practice. If you are, I don't know, 12, 13, it's already like tough to go on the court and you're not happy, it's gonna be difficult because the career is long. If you start at 14, 15 and you stop at 35, it's 20 years. So it's gonna be long if you're not happy to play tennis and to practice hard. So just enjoy and see what's gonna happen.
Do you like?
It was good or no?
Nah, yeah, that was good. Do you think, like, how much difference do you think it makes, starting younger versus starting, a little bit older? For example, like starting at 14, 15 versus starting at 5? Because I see, like, you've seen players and also in other sports like golf, like Tiger Woods playing from like 4 years old, playing golf, and became like the best ever. So
I think can be a big help, of course, to start very young like this, because I mean for the technique and stuff like this. But me, for example, I started at 7 or 8 years old the tennis. It's quite late because normally players start like golf 3, 4 years old. I think what I saw in sports, it's the guy who has parents who was like professional athlete, and so they learn earlier the mindset of what is it to be a professional athlete and stuff like this. That's the main difference I see. But about the sport himself to start a few years after, it's not that important, I think.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's always a balance, I think, because you have, of course, when you start younger, you maybe can get better and get better sooner, but then obviously, as you mentioned, like you have the maybe too much pressure from a young age to practice and play, and I think also maybe the parents sometimes put pressure on the kids, to practice and play, and then maybe by the time they're 15, 16, they're like, I'm over this now,
If you go watch some tournaments in France, like only tournaments in the small village, you're gonna see parents going crazy, and the poor the poor guy is only 10 years old, 9 years old, and
Yeah.
the parents are going crazy next to the court. So yeah, that's not the good things.
Yeah, I've seen that also in the cycling sport, and it's insane actually. Shame yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, a little bit of a controversial topic. Obviously, come from mountain biking and the cycling world, and not really downhill, I would say, is the focus, but in road and also cross country and stuff. Performance drugs and stuff like that are a big topic. And I know that there've been a couple players over the years that have been, banned and stuff from tennis, or given a 2-year ban or whatever. Like, is that something that I mean, what's your thoughts on that? And is that something that's that you're aware of, or you've ever kind of seen? And do you think, even, I don't know, like, I always think like about tennis, I'm like, what could you take to give you that advantage? I understand in an extreme endurance sport, where you really need to have extra oxygen and stuff like that, but yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
So I don't know if it's the same for you, but for example, me, I need to say on Adams, that's the name of the site, 1 hour per day, where people can come at this address to make me a control. So for example, this morning from 8 to 9, I put my hotel address, and the guy can come every moment during this hour to control
Crazy, okay.
myself. I don't know if it's the same for you.
I have seen players that have riders that have had that. I actually haven't been in that situation. I don't know why. Only selected people get the notification that they have to do that. But I have been tested many times, but not having in that situation.
I think in tennis, top 150, top 200 maybe, we need to do it every day. Like every day, you need to choose 1 hour and one address. So I'm not doing it. My mom does it for me. It's way easier. I got a cramp.
I know that.
So yeah, today was from 8 to 9. Nobody came. So today I'm free. All good. But yeah, in tennis, you can take, of course, products who can help you to be focused during 3 hours. I mean, you just take risk. I mean, me, I'm taking nothing, only protein and stuff like this for the recovery. But I mean, every player are very scared about it. For example, last week I was sick.
Sorry. You I think something happened with the connection there. You broke off for a second. You said, so in tennis, and then for the last, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Is it good right now? It's working?
Yeah, it's good now. It's good now.
Okay. No, I was saying that people are very scared about it. Like I saw the case of Sinner, about the cream. The physio was taking a cream, and when he made the massage on Sinner, the guy was doped after. So it's strange. But for example, I bought something for the nose last week in Indian Wells. And my physical coach told me to not use it because it was made in the US, and there is a lot of problem with the US product, so I didn't take it.
Interesting.
So yes, very careful about it. Don't want to do anything bad for me, and I guess I don't know what else to say about it.
On the drug topic, I guess we can relate that to parties. I wanted to know, like, what's the kind of the realities of being at big matches and stuff. Like, do tennis players party afterwards? After the matches, or not? Or is that all like low key? And does that happen?
Few years ago, yes. I think a few years ago, people was making some party, but now everybody are practicing so hard that if you want to beat them, and if you go to party, it's impossible. So I think nobody is going to party right now. For example, last week I was in Punta Cana. I lost in semis. So the guy against who I lost in semis won the tournament. He won yesterday, and I think the final was at 2 p.m. and the night he get the flights to come to Miami. So you don't have the time to make a party or to enjoy title. That's the bad thing sometimes in tennis, that you win a tournament and you have directly to go to somewhere else to play a new tournament. You don't have the time to enjoy. So that's sometimes difficult, but it's like this.
Yeah, I think it's a shame because I mean I understand it on the one side, but it's also I mean especially when you win a big match or something, like it should be something that you really enjoy and remember, and then it's just like okay, put it to the side, next one, you know.
Do you have a lot of holidays, or like how often is your tournaments, like your ride, like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks?
So obviously it's just in the summer months, or the main season is the European summer. So from, I would say, April, May is the earliest start, and it goes till October.
Okay.
And then it depends. Some riders, some of the big names, don't race all the events. They race like the big ones. For example, like there's the series called the World Cup Series, which is, I guess, equivalent of like the Grand Slams. And they only do those events, but they are only, this year there's 10 of them in the year. So if they're only racing those events, then it's not that much. I mean, it's still, I guess, every second, third week, but it's not like crazy. And there are a lot of other events, European series and stuff, which some other guys do as well, and then they do both. In which case, you're racing 20 events or 25 events in the year. So then it gets quite hectic.
So if you're not doing some competition, you only practice. It's not long to practice and to don't have like tournaments to play.
How do you mean exactly?
Like, for example, me, I know like during December, it's the month where we only practice during the preseason before the new season. Like after 2 weeks of practice, I want to go, I don't know, to play tournaments, to have official match. Like for you, if you stopped in October, you told me.
Yeah.
So from October to April, you don't have like, I don't know, adrenaline. You need to.
So there's the I guess the World Series then is on break, but because I'm South African, I often go back to Cape Town for like 2 months during the winter, and they have the summer series down there. So then I can race the South African series. Of course, it's not as big events, but still cool to still race, and still good to keep you sharp, and still good training. So I think I was lucky with that. And I think like the Australians, New Zealand, they all have the same thing, but the Europeans, it's quite tough. I think the Europeans do a lot of skiing and stuff in the wintertime, and because they can't ride when it's got snow and stuff. So and of course, like, tennis is a little easier in that way that you can play, in an indoor court, even in really bad weather. Whereas downhill or any mountain biking, it's pretty tough when it's snowing outside.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I see.
I mean, obviously we both sponsored by OnlyFans. What's your thoughts on social media and how that like impacts you as an athlete? Like, because I think in the old days, maybe like 2010, 11, 12, like before Instagram was really a big thing, and all these other things, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, it was maybe a little easier, like for athletes in a way, because they don't have to film everything and always create content, and they could just focus like 100% on training and tournaments. But at the same time, it gives people like you and I also a chance to earn extra income and expand your fan base and stuff. So yeah, what's your feeling on that? And yeah.
So first, that's why I like OnlyFans and not Instagram, because after a lose, for example, I receive 100, 200 people who bet on my match and who say, Alex, I want you to die. I hope you have
What?
a cancer. Yeah,
No
that's crazy
way.
thing. Yeah, I can send you photo if you want. Like, it's crazy. In tennis, it's crazy. When you lose a match, even when you win sometimes, because of course the guy can bet on your opponents, I receive like many message like this. And OnlyFans, there is only kind people who supports me. So that's the good thing on OnlyFans. There is not
Uh-huh.
people like this. But I'm trying to not watch too much on the social media. Sometimes it's going crazy. You lose a match, it's finished for you. You win a match, or you're gonna be an amazing player. So you know it works. So I'm trying to not watch all of this, and yeah, I just like to now after my match, I like to go on OnlyFans, see the support of with the people, with my fan, talk to them. They send me photo when they are watching my match, the TV, on the computer. So it's quite funny, but yes, social media sometimes can be a little bit crazy. So I'm going on it for sure because it's working like this. You know, Instagram can bring you some sponsors, some business. It's true. So you have to be on it, but I'm trying to spend less time on it for stupid things.
That's I literally can't believe that. Like I can't believe that people message you. Hundreds of people, you said, message you like
Yeah, no,
because
after
they
a lose,
lost.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
What the hell? I didn't even know that that was a thing. Like that betting on tennis. I mean, I knew obviously that maybe it happens, but I didn't realize it was that big of a deal where where people would
Yeah,
actually message
ATP
you.
send us like something for security, because before it was only messages. So if you want to, so you have to delete it. It's long to delete 200 message,
Yeah.
but now people are, you know, made some comments on the post. So
Yeah.
if you go on my profile and you go on my photo, you will see 300 comments on the photo, and you see the comments. It's, I hope you're gonna die. I hope your mother gonna have a cancer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
People are so mean. Like it's yeah, insane.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
the guy just lost $10 and wants me to die. It's okay.
Have you ever felt like really, I don't know, like really threatened or scared that someone might do something to you?
No, just one small story. It was long time ago in Belgium, in Futures. So it's the first category. You know, there is the ATP, the Challenger, and then the Future. So it's the third category for the
Mhm.
professional tennis tournament. And after one doubles match, someone came to me, a lady, and gave me a paper, and it was writing, write me on Telegram. I have a deal for you.
Mhm.
So I was saying, what the fuck, what deal? So I went to the supervisor, because you have to say to the supervisor that when there is someone in the club who bets, because you know they
Mhm.
can bet online, and
Yeah.
for example the website. So they are just next to the courts. They said to the guy at the telephone, Müller just won the points, and like this the guy, I don't know, in Russia, in Bulgaria, can bet online, and he's in advance compared to the website. So it's working
Mhm.
like this for them. And so I gave it to the supervisor. He called the police, and it was a lady and a guy, and they went to prison for six
No
months I think.
way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, because
So
they
like
wanted me to call her, to write her on Telegram, and to make a deal. Like, for example, okay, if you lose the second game of the match, I give you 5,000. It's working like this in tennis. There is a lot of stories like this.
crazy. I had
Yeah.
no idea. Crazy. Okay. Um I will yeah, insane. That's
Yeah,
something that
because
people.
they can bet on everything. Like Müller can win the match. Müller can break first game. Müller can win the first set. And so if they come to you and they say, okay, I give you 10,000 if you lose the first set, like this, they bet, I don't know, 100,000, and they make so much money. So if we sometimes receive a message or stuff like this, we need to say to the supervisor directly.
Interesting. Okay. What I mean, obviously, you mentioned it earlier that you want to chill, hopefully chill in some years
Play
after you
golf.
finish playing tennis.
I'm gonna chill, play golf.
But what have you? What would you have been doing if you weren't a pro tennis player right now?
I really don't know because I like every sport. I was playing golf at good at football when I was young, so maybe football player. Who knows? I wish. When I was 18 and I was not playing that good, got some injury, I said, "Fuck, I should play football. It's better." Because in tennis, I think it's the same for you. I don't know. For example, today, if I go to practice and I got injured, I mean, I don't have a salary. Like I go back home, but I still need to pay my coach, my physio, my physical coach. So in one day, life can change. Like I don't have income. It's only prize money week after weeks if I play good. But if I get injured, I have no job. So that's the difficult part in tennis. I think for you too, golf, for example. But in football, if you're injured, okay, you go on the bench, but you still have your 200,000 K salary, so it's fine.
Or if you Ronaldo 200 million.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the bad things in sports like us.
Yeah, it's I think a lot of people look at athletes and it looks like the dream, and for sure in some ways it is. Like you get to do what you love, and you know, your passion is your career, but at the same time there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, and you know, a lot of every year you never know what's going to happen, and
No, of
yeah, as
course,
you said,
I
like.
don't complain. I don't complain because it's an amazing life. I'm traveling. This week I'm in Miami playing tennis under the sun. So everything looks amazing, but there is a lot of sacrifices behind this. Not seeing my family, my girlfriend, difficult to see her too. She's working. She came to see me during 2 weeks, but I left home 7 weeks ago now. So
Wow.
so yes, it's long. So it's a nice life, but there is a lot of sacrifices behind this. So I think sometimes we deserve what we're earning and the life we have.
You mentioned your girlfriend, is she also in Dubai?
So she lives between France and Dubai. She will move soon 100% to Dubai. She's an architect. So she has her company in France and in Dubai, yes.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's tough not being able to see each other for that long.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's
What
difficult.
how come you decided to move to Dubai of all places?
First, because it's a nice place to practice during the preseason. In December, there is now a lot of players. The weather is perfect because the first tournament in January, it's Australia. So sunny, outdoor. So if I stay in France to practice, I need to practice indoor. It's 5 degrees, so it's not Australia. So when after you arrive in Australia, you say, "Fuck, I just practiced during 1 month," but it's not the same sport.
Yeah.
So first it was for this. After, of course, compared to France, for the taxes, 0% taxes in Dubai.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. And after, because I like it there. I mean, it's safe, it's clean, it's all the time sunny. I need to see the sun in my life. I cannot live under the rain. I'm not feeling happy if there is no sun and if it's raining every day. So I like the life there. I'm planning to live there even after my career with my girlfriend. So it's nice.
Cool, man. Awesome. Alex, there's one question I ask every guest at the end, and that is, what does success mean to you? The word success, what does that mean to you?
To finish my career proud of myself, to have my family proud of what I did during all my career, and to have no regrets. Like if I finish my career, I don't know, I will say something 25 in the world, to be faced to myself in the mirror and to say, okay, I gave everything. Maybe I couldn't do better, so yeah, no regrets, and I think that's the success, to be happy of what you've done.
Awesome, man. That'll do it. It's been thanks so much for coming on, man. This has been an absolute
Thanks to you, man.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thanks to you for the invitation. I hope to see you soon to play some tennis with you in the mountain. Let's play some tennis in the mountain.
If you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment and let me know which guests you want to see, and I will do my best to get them on. And to see more episodes, click the playlist right up here.
That was iconic.